What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, what's moving it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Lucid is up 4.04%, 273 the low, 289 the high. Kind of low volume, so 56.4 million shares being traded, 94.3 is the average. It's not just Lucid though, it's kind of across the board that there's a lower volume. But beside that though, you are actually seeing Lucid wanting to really move higher, piggybacking off of yesterday's good momentum, it bouncing off of that support level. So I think in general, there might be higher highs coming, but at the same time, there hasn't been all that much in news associated to Lucid. So no SEC filings, no press releases, nothing like that. There was one thing that did come out in the form of a analyst. And so Cantor Fitzgerald recently stated for 2024, they feel that their earnings per share is going to land roughly around that negative 94 cents per share. So if we kind of pop over here, currently the consensus is negative $1.11, and that even among itself does represent a 20.23% year-over-year growth. But even the most bullish analyst right now is assuming negative 97 cents. So that negative 94 is fairly good. So I think that could be one attributing factor. But aside from that, no new analyst ratings. So Cantor Fitzgerald just gave that earnings per share update, not any change for the actual rating itself. But you're seeing the EV sector kind of move. So at the same time, I think it's just been hit too much in a short time span. So there's a little bit more of a value aspect that's happening right now. But despite that, Lucid is actually the highest of all the American EVs. So Tesla is red. Always good to see Tesla red and Lucid green. And then as well, Rivian is down 3.32%. So let me know your viewpoint on that. But like I said, no actual news, no SEC filings, no real even speculative kind of topics to bring up on even coming from social media. So right now, I think just people are waiting for Gravity updates and their upcoming earnings. So roughly around 1 month time span away. So let me know your thoughts, but shorts are returning right now. So they are returning around 373,000 shares. 19.28% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 229.72 million shares overall are being shorted. Utilization is 76.6, and then through IBKR does indicate roughly around 10 million shares, or in excess of 10 million is available. So if they really wanted to double down, they definitely could, but they're not. So I think there's just a lot of value right now in Lucid. But aside from that, not much in analyst articles or just articles in general. Some are coming up, just bringing up their technicals, but nothing really crazy. Looking at the options, 442,000 in calls, 254,000 in puts. 44% of all the options being done today are optimistic in nature, and same as yesterday, just very low volume. So last time, as I mentioned in my video yesterday, is Lucid getting ready for like a 10% green day? Because historically, last time we had this very low volume for options, back to back, it had 10+% green days. So maybe if you're one of those individuals that believes in history repeating itself, so far it seems to be not fully accurate, but at least it's green despite majority of the stocks being red. So there might be something to it. But aside from that, of the call options that are being purchased today, you see consensus for it to be above 350 for next week. Then aside from that, for the week even ending their earnings, there's still not much activity going on, still roughly around that $3 range. Bears are anticipating for it to be sub 250 next week, and even for the week ending December 19th, 2025, so pretty much a good year out, you are seeing a consensus for it to be sub $1.50. So yeah, it's kind of all over the place. Going back over here with today being Friday, you have these 2 points. So the 12,000 at that $3 strike price, and then 13,000 at that 350. So not to get all speculative here and wear a tinfoil hat, because I'm not really one of those individuals that believes in, like, let's say GameStop and like, oh, conspiracy theorists. But if you think about it, for those of you that have been following my channel, last 2 trading days, like shorts hit Lucid hard. Yesterday resulted in roughly 5 million shares, the day before 3 million. So I think that they really wanted to hit Lucid to ensure that it closed below that $3 strike price. So Lucid obviously isn't the first stock that I've seen that you see some manipulation just to bring like stock prices below the strike price for the options, just to have all of these expire worthless. I think one stock that I do cover frequently that happens, or this happens all the time, is SoFi. So once again, this is something just to keep in mind, but these are all the transactions so far occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. So a couple big ones, 1.15 million, and then that seems to be the only one, I guess, above 1 million as of right now. But moving on from here, with it at $2.84, it is trading right below this S1, so $2.90, which it did bounce off of that for the high. That's going to be the next strong target, followed by 305, and then 281, and then 267 is going to be the following support levels. On a side note, I'm looking at the 4-hour chart as well, so just kind of take note of some of the strong support and resistance points going forward, especially for the rest of the 2 hours or whatever is left in the trading day. Just watch for this 281 to really hold. Aside from that, no new analyst ratings, like I mentioned. Even looking at news articles, not all that much in coming out, just majority is just technical related and nothing else. So let me know your viewpoint on that. But aside from that, though, looking on the actual chart itself, it is once again bouncing off of this key point right here recently, so that 50-day moving average as well as that super trend, and it is kind of just wedge bound between that and this group of resistance points, so the 100 and also 200-day moving averages. So in my opinion, I think it's just going to trade within there for the foreseeable future up until we get some more clarity on what is going to happen with EVs. Is that 7,500 off the table, or is it still on? That seems to be still stuck in limbo. Mandate does seem to be kind of knocked off, but yeah, I think a lot of people just want to know what is coming next. But let me know your viewpoint on Lucid. Do you think we're going to see a second rally leading into their earnings, or do you think we're going to see a further breaking down? So what's your viewpoint? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And then one final thing, pop over to my Discord, completely free, in the description below. A lot of good people. You can kind of talk shop. There's options, activity, everything that you need to know. So I'll put that in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.